Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Vipau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhadine Vyomavadvyaptadevaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. I'm very happy that I'm here on this occasion of beginning of the Brahmasutras. In the olden days in Santimani Sadhanalaya, when the classes on Brahmasutra would start, they would carry Puja Swami and palanquin. Very that important this study is, and they felt privileged that when we would study Brahmasutra from our teacher, it was considered a great privilege. The teacher expounded on Brahmasutra, was carried in a palanquin, was taken around. It's a very auspicious thing. You have these three grantha, the three prasthanam, we can say, the Shruti prasthanam, the Smriti prasthanam, and the Nyaya prasthanam. Shruti, the Upanishad, Smriti, the Bhagavad Gita, and Brahmasutra is the Nyaya Prasthana. The purpose of Brahmasutra is to explain the Tatparya, meaning the purport of the teaching of the Upanishads. Vedanta Nama, Upanishad Pramanam. What is called Vedanta is Upanishad is Pramanam, that is the valid means of knowledge for the knowledge of the self. And this Pramanam in the Upanishad is in the form of Shabda, words. So imagine that Mother Shruti is communicating to us in these words, Ishavasyanadam Sarvam. Shrotrasya Shrotra, Manasomana, etc. So somebody is talking to us. Who is talking to us? The Shruti, Vedas, Upanishads. So now when we listen to someone, that someone, the teacher, communicates with words. And that communication will become fruitful only when the listener understands the words, the same sense in which the speaker used them. You follow? And I'm saying something, there is an intended meaning in my mind. And if you understand what I say, the same sense in which I mean, then I am able to communicate to you what it is that I want to communicate. Or you understand what I want to communicate with you. In this case, Shruti is a speaker. Who is speaking to us? Upanishad. In the form of words. So when can we understand the Upanishads correctly? Only when we know what is the intended meaning. sometimes intended meaning can be different from grammatical meaning. Because a word conveys not only through the grammatical meaning or the commonly known meaning, it can also communicate through the lakshyartha, the implied meaning, targeted meaning. And therefore, our understanding will be proper only when we understand the words in the same meaning which was intended by the Shruti. Now, Shruti is not in front of us, so we can't verify. Then, what is the way for us to understand them correctly? This is where the teacher comes in. What the teacher does, what the Guru does, is unfold the tatparya, the purport of these statements. This is the Guru's job. And therefore, it is advised that we should not independently try to dabble into these things. Because who can explain the intended meaning? Who knows the meaning? So the teacher who knows alone can explain to us what is the meaning intended by this. This is called tatparya. Purport of the intended meaning. Therefore, when it comes to communication through words, the tatparya, the purport becomes most important. The Vedantins consider tatparya as the most important. Some others may consider Shakti, grammatical, etc. But for the Vedantins, the tatparya, the purport or the intended meaning is the most important. And that's what the teacher does for us. So not only the teacher explains to us what the grammatical meaning etc. is there, but explains to us what is the tatparya, what's the intended meaning. And that is where the role of the teacher. Why do they insist that we should go to Guru? Because Guru is the one who is supposed to be knowing what the Upanishad is teaching. Therefore, he can unfold before us the tatparya, the purport. Because otherwise, we can study independently. We know we have grammar, you may know Vyakaranam and Tarka and Mimamsa. If you study this, it is possible to understand what the Upanishads say. But that understanding may or may not be adequate, because what is important to understand is the tatparya or the intended. So that's why the importance of Guru. To unfold the tatparya or the purport of these statements. That's what Brahmasutra does. Sutra means a thread. So Bhashyakara says, Vedanta Vakya Kusuma Grathanatva Sutrana. So you have a thread in which you thread the flowers and make a beautiful garland. So Brahmasutra is like a beautiful garland of the flowers which are picked from the garden of the Upanishads. Upanishads are like garden. The Vakya, the statement of Upanishads are like the beautiful flowers. And the one who has written Brahmasutra is plucked different flowers, meaning different statements from the Upanishads, and made a beautiful garland that is called Brahmasutra. So, Vedanta Vakya Kusuma, the statements of Vedanta, such as Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Satyam Jnananantam Brahma, and many others. Tadeva Samvedamagrasi, Ekameva Dvityam, tasmadva etasmad atmanat akashas, etc., etc. All these important passages are there. These and many others, which are picked by the Sutrakara, by the one who has composed the Brahmasutra and made a beautiful garden called Brahmasutra. Sutra means a thread, and Brahmasutra. So what is the primary subject matter of Brahmasutra? Brahma is subject matter. So Brahma Vishayaka Vakya. Brahma Vishayaka Vakya Kusuma Kathanatapad. So the Vakya, the statements of Brahma as a subject matter. Because Vedantin says that the primary subject matter of Upanishads is Brahma is the primary subject matter of Upanishads. Everybody doesn't say that. Now, so Vedanta is also called Uttar Mimamsa. There is a Purva Mimamsa. Because the Vedas have two primary sections. The first section is the Karma Kanda, section dealing with karma, rituals, Sadhya Sadhana, means and end. The second section is Jnana Kanda, containing the Upanishads. However, the Mimamsakas, Purva Mimamsakas are called the Karmakandis. They have their own view about what the Vedas teach. What is the primary teaching of Veda? Amnasya Kriyatatva. The Mimamsakas, Purva Mimamsakas say that the primary subject matter of the Vedas is karma, kriya or karma, not Brahma. Amnasya Kriyatatva Anarthakyam Atadarthanam. Therefore, all those statements which do not directly speak about karma have no purpose to serve. Meaning that the whole Vedas should only enlighten us about what we should do and what we should not do. Do you believe that the Vedas have a place of enjoining, directing, commanding the human beings and telling what is the right thing to do, what to do, and what to avoid, Vidhi and Nisheda. By so doing, you will reach Swarga, heaven. And that is the definition of moksha for them. What is moksha? The unsurpassable happiness which they think is available in heaven. So this is how the whole Veda is interpreted. What about Upanishad? Talk of Brahma, that's just it. That's Bharatavada, that is Stuti, that is praising. That's not really true, it's just praising. Just so that you can do your meditation, etc. properly. So they club the whole Upanishad also along with Karma Kanda and look upon the entire Veda as teaching only karma. So this is where the unique contribution of the Vedantins comes. The Vedantin says that the purport of Veda is not in karma. Purport of Veda is in Jnana. Because Veda means the body of knowledge. And therefore, to impart knowledge is the primary purpose of Vedas. Because ignorance is the primary problem of human being. So this is one thought which says that life is meant for accomplishing what is not accomplished. Swarga or heaven is not accomplished. So karma is the means of accomplishing what is not accomplished. So you want to be happy. Ratna is not happy. You accomplish happiness, perform karma. You want wealth, you don't have it, perform karma. So life is a process of accomplishing what is not accomplished. And the ultimate goal according to them is Swarga or heaven, which you have not accomplished right now. So perform karma, you accomplish that. The Vedantin says that Life should become a process of accomplishing what is already accomplished. You already are what you are seeking to be. Guru Mimamsaka says, you are not what you want to be. You have to become. What does Vedanta say? You already are what you are seeking to become. It's called the accomplishment of what is already accomplished. If I am already accomplished, then why should I have to do anything? But unfortunately, I think that I am not accomplished. Meaning that ignorance is the primary problem of life. Never knowledge is a solution. So this all depends upon the understanding of what the primary need of the human being is. How you understand that? So Mimamsakas understand that need in a certain way that by nature I am an unhappy being and that I have to become happy by performing karma as enjoined by the Vedas. Vedanta says no, happiness is already my nature. What separates me from happiness? So Mimamsaka says that time and place and conditions separate you from happiness. You have to die to go to Swarga. Space, you have to go to another loka. So time, space and conditions are separating us from what we want. Vedanta says that no, there is no separation other than ignorance. The ignorance separates you from what you want, like the 10th commandment. Never, knowledge is a solution. So that is why the first sutra of the Purva Mimamsa says, Athato Dharma Jignasa. Now, an inquiry is to perform about Dharma. What is the right thing to do? The Vedanta Sutra begins with Athato Brahma Jignasa. Now then, the knowledge of Brahman, knowing Brahman. And so Vedanta says that knowing Brahman means what? Knowing Brahman as myself, not knowing Brahman. That's the only way it can be known anyway. There is no other way of knowing it, but then knowing Brahman as myself is the solution to all your problems. Tarka Shokam Atmavid Chandogya says that the knowledge of myself crosses grief. This knowledge of Brahman is presented as the means of accomplishing success in our life. That is why composing Brahmasutra, the Upanishad is a separate chapter. You look upon the whole Veda is one chapter, one prakarana. Vedanta says Karma Kanda is one prakarana and Upanishad is another prakarana. What is prakarana? It has its own Anubandha Chatushtaya. Anubandha Chatushtaya. Adhikari, Vishaya, Prayojanam, Sambandha. So you can establish that Upanishad is a separate prakaranam from Karmakanda only when it has a different Anubandha Chatushtaya. So who is fit for performing karma? One who wants to get the result. One who has inadequate means to perform karma. What is the knowledge of how to perform karma? He is a student for performing karma. So who is a student for Vedanta? Wants to know? Who has Vividisha or Jignasa. Why you want to know? Because you understood that ignorance is what separates me from what I am seeking in life. This clarity must be there. So when that clarity arises in our life, then what separates me from my goal? If he wants to be successful, what separates me from success is not time, not place, not condition. Ignorance separates me from what I am seeking in my life. And ignorance is like darkness. Then the knowledge which is like the light, alone can dispel the ignorance. Therefore, knowledge is the solution to my pursuit or quest of being successful. Now here the sutra is what? Brahma Jignasa. That is Dharma Jignasa, Karma Jignasa. Let us now understand what karma is, what dharma is. Brahma Jignasa. So therefore, this very first sutra itself establishes that the Anubandha Chatushtaya, the fourfold factors which bind us to the text, they are different in case of the Upanishad, in case of the Vedanta. So it's called Vedanta. Vedanam Antaha Vedanta. So Vedanam Antaha is what the end portion of Vedas. First portion is Samhita, then Brahmana, then Aranyaka, and then Upanishad. In that sense, since Upanishads are located at the end of the text generally, that is called Vedanta. But what Anta can mean end, Anta also can mean the purport or the Nishkarsha or the very essence or the ultimate understanding, Siddhanta. Anta also can mean Siddhanta. So what is it that the Vedas are teaching? Vedas are teaching what's its ultimate subject is Brahma. And therefore Vedanta, which in fact Upanishads, of which subject is Brahma, is called Vedanta in that sense. So Vedanam Antaha. Vedanam Tattvaryam. What it is that Vedas are seeking to teach. So that is how these other sutras came. You follow? What necessitated the composing of Brahmasutra in the first place? Because people ask, the Sutrakara is already done. Vedas have already explained. What are you trying to do? The Mimamsa is Vichara. So Purva Mimamsa or Dharma Mimamsa is a very beautiful thing. They teach us how to understand the statements of Vedas from Mimamsa. It's already done. What are you doing? He says, no, what we want to do is not done. What is done is only the Karma Mimamsa, Dharma Mimamsa. So this is the Jnana Mimamsa. Therefore, Brahma Jignasa. That's how it starts. Athato Brahma Jignasa. The very first sutra is actually a preface. It is preface to the whole text. What now we are going to talk about? Ataha Brahma Jignasa. This first sutra. First aphorism is Athato Brahma Jignasa. Ataha Brahma Jignasa. So then, what is the meaning of Atha? Atha means there are different meanings. Bhashyakara says it means Anantaryam, thereafter. Now, when Athato Dharma Jignasa, there also thereafter, but thereafter means having studied the Vedas. So, different passages. You will study all of these when you study Brahmasutra, but then my purpose here is to give you sort of a little overview. Atha means Anantaryam, thereafter. Thereafter the study of Brahma comes. Thereafter means what? Something has happened. Thereafter means what? Something has already taken place and now we are proceeding further. What has taken place becomes a preparation now for what we are going to do. You can climb the second step only when you climb the first step. That means something has gone by. Something has already taken place. That is why the Brahma Jignasa or the study of Brahma comes. Now please tell me, the question is, who is the person fit to study? Simple answer. Who is the person fit to study, fit to learn? One who has desire for knowledge. Simple thing. One who has desire for knowledge is the one who is fit for imparting knowledge, isn't it so? That means that the desire for knowledge has to happen. When does it happen? Desire for knowledge does not happen in every mind. Desire for knowledge happens only in certain mind. In the Bhagavad Gita you have seen Sattvat Sanjayate Jnanam. The knowledge arises when the mind enjoys the disposition called sattva, means the purification of mind. Atha, something has happened to this person because of which the desire for knowledge has arisen. There is a very well-known statement in the Upanishad. Tametam Vedanavashanena Brahmanaha Vividishanti Yajnena Danena Tapasa Anashakena. That statement says that the people perform yajna, dana, tapaha. They call it daily duties. So they perform these duties. They give me worshipping Ishvara, worshipping Lord. Dana means charity, sharing what you have with others, the needy. Tapasya means austerity at the personal level. So all of these people they live this life of sadhana for what? Vividishanti. For the purpose of Vividisha. What is Vividisha? Vedatum Ichha Vividisha. Meaning the desire for knowledge. So who is fit to study the Brahmasutra? Who is the fit to study Upanishads? One who has desire for knowledge. It doesn't say whether it's a male or female. In Vedanta, the only qualification is desire for knowledge. Whoever it is. Not in Karma Kanda. If it is not qualified to perform karma, for performing naturally, if you have to cook, then everybody cannot do that. Person qualified to cook only can do. Carpentry can be done only by a certain person. Rituals can be performed by people who are well versed with those things, isn't it? So you must be Brahmana, you must be this, that, all kinds of qualifications are there when it comes to karma. Always. The karma always calls for a preparation, fitness. Knowledge also calls for fitness. What is that fitness? Desire for knowledge. That's all. So atha means thereafter something has taken place. So Bhashyakara will explain. Atha means what? Sadhana, Chatushta, Sampatti, Prapti, Anandaram. When one has gained the Sadhana, Chatushta, Sampatti. What is Sadhana and Chatushta? What are the four sadhana? What are they? Viveka and Vairagya. Samadhi, Shakta, Sampatti, Amukshatva. So, when this happens, thereafter, so it's taken for granted that he has studied the Vedas. He, I guess, knows Dharma also, but doesn't have to know, brother. But then he has lived an intelligent life by which one gains emotional maturity. Our Puja Swami used to use the expression emotional maturity. Have you heard that? So that is called intelligent living, which is conducive to discovering an emotional maturity for oneself. Everybody can become emotionally mature, provided there is a value for that. So, Viveka, Vairagya. What is Viveka? Nitya, Vastu, Viveka. So Upanishad says, Parikshalokan, Dharmachidan, Brahmana, Nirvedmaya, Nastya, krutena. Nasti akruta krutena karmas. Akruta means what? Uncreated. Which is there, nitya, eternal. The eternal cannot be attained by karma, cannot be attained by effort. If it cannot be attained by effort, then how can it be attained? What is nitya must be already existing. That's called nitya. Uncreated. Akruta means uncreated. Uncreated means that must be already existing. So nitya, what is existing, cannot be attained by karma, cannot be attained by an effort, because it's already there. With effort, we can create what is not there. So apyanam, karyam, etc. So karma can do what is then is already there. So this has to happen. It's a big thing. That what I am seeking is nitya vastu. When this kind of an insight arises in our mind, when one analyzes that I am seeking something in life, and I have been doing things one after the other, fulfilling desires one after the other, and still I have not discovered any lasting satisfaction. So what is it that I want? A person starts inquiring in this manner, what do I want in life? Then I want something in life. How do you say you want something in life? Because wants or desires keep on arising one after the other. A desire arises, I fulfill that desire, there is satisfaction for a little while, another desire arises. So the desires keep on being fulfilled, the desirer seems to always remain. So what do I want? So somebody starts thinking like this. It looks to me like what all I have attained so far have not satisfied me. Meaning that nothing impermanent can satisfy me. What I have attained so far is great, but all impermanent. And that has left me dissatisfied. So what I am seeking, permanent, eternal. So this is called nitya vastu. Nitya vastu viveka. What I want is nitya vastu. What is all there is anitya vastu. So tad vijnana. The second thing is tad vijnana. That's a big thing also. To first discover that what I am seeking in life is akrutam or akrutah, nitya vastu. Second thing is, the Upanishad says, tad vijnanartam sa guru meva vigachet brahmanishtam. Remember? Tad vijnanartam meaning what? For the knowledge of that. Now how did that happen? To say that akruta krutena karma nasti, that nitya vastu cannot be attained by karma, then somehow the next step also must have taken place in his mind. The nitya vastu can be attained only by knowledge. Now that also has to happen. That means that kind of maturity of the mind is there, where one has this insight that what I am seeking must be attained through knowledge. Tad vijnanartam. Then only Guru Upasadanam, then approach in the Guru takes place, isn't it? You go to Guru for learning, for knowledge. All of this is meant by Atha. That Vividisha, or therefore Athato Brahma Jignasa. What is Jignasa? Jnatum, Ichha, Jignasa. What is Vividisha? Vedatum, Ichha, Vividisha. Both have the same meaning. Jnana also means to know, Vida also means to know. So Vividisha, same as Jignasa. So Jignasa has to happen. A desire for that thing, that is the most important and required qualification for the pursuit of knowledge. That's all you need. Whether you're male or female, good, bad, whatever you are. What is required is that there must be a desire for knowledge. So Viveka brings about Vairagya. When you know that what we are seeking is Nitya Vastu, that becomes clear. That doesn't become clear. That should become clear to us that what I am seeking is Nitya Vastu. And we should spend as much time as required in ascertaining what it is that I want in my life. That should become very clear. That Devasayatmaka. So that Buddhi, Vyavasayatmaka Buddhi, that Vyavasaya, that Devasaya, that determination is take place that what I want is Nitya Vastu. Kim vayam praja karishamesham ayam atma. So I want Nitya Vastu, Atma Loka. What do I have to do with Anatma? So whatever is Anitya, then I lose interest in that, isn't it? Because so far I did not know. I was hoping that it would satisfy what I want. I realized Anitya, the impermanent, cannot satisfy. Therefore you become disinterested in that. Vairagya. So Viveka matures into Vairagya. When the Vairagya comes for Anitya Vastu, then so far I have raga or attachment for Anitya Vastu, thinking that it will give me what I am seeking. When that goes, the raga goes, dveshas go, then Shama or the tranquility of mind comes. So Vairagya, and it slowly settles down in us, results into Shama, tranquility of mind. Vairagya also means Vidvesha, meaning freedom from raga and dvesha. So Viveka brings about Vairagya, Shama, Dhamma, Varama, Titiksha. And when you mind, then you also become, you don't mind putting on big things. Titiksha is suffering pain. So we have to cultivate a capacity to suffer pain. Not only physical pain, but also emotional pain. Shitoshna sukha dukkheshu. So heat and cold and hunger and thirst, all is there, but when you interact with people, all kinds of things also happen, pushing buttons, etc. All that disturb our mind, and then will disturb our study also. So this is important point. Shraddha. Implicit faith, that's very important. Shraddha. Because we are talking about the Upanishad Pramana. See why Shraddha is because the Upanishad Pramana. You know, Pramana means what? Valid means of knowledge, right? Pramakaranam, Pramana. Our eyes are Pramana for the knowledge of color and form. So when my eyes tell me that this orange color, we question that. No, my eyes say orange. I think it should be yellow. Swami cannot wear orange. He must be wearing white. Meaning that when our eyes give us this information, we question. Oh, right now you're listening to me, I think Swami is talking Sanskrit language. He can't be talking English. Do you question that? No. You trust, isn't it? Trust your ears that they are giving you the knowledge of words as they are. Trust your eyes, they are giving you the knowledge of colors and forms as they are. Isn't it? This is called Shraddha, that's all. This is the Shraddha that Vedanta requires. You already have Shraddha in Pramanam. What we call Pramanam is the valid means of knowledge. We implicitly accept what my eyes tell me, what my ears tell me. So Vedanta Upanishad also is Pramanam for self-knowledge. When I share the same attitude for the Upanishad as I have for my eyes and ears, that's called Shraddha. But what happens is, Upanishads we do not directly approach. Say, we require the intermediate agency called teacher, who gives us the understanding, unfolds the tattvarya, the meaning of the statements. Therefore, Guru also comes in. Meaning Guru becomes our link to the Upanishad. Therefore, the Shraddha for Pramana. Here Pramana consists of the Upanishad as taught by the Acharya, not just Upanishad. Therefore, in the words of Acharya as well as in the words of the Upanishad. There is a trust. Then there is no problem. Otherwise, mind keeps on, how can you say that? No, buddhi being what it is keeps on questioning. Can't, I don't believe that. So we start questioning what the teacher says, start questioning what the Upanishad says, then we are not there. There is no harmony between the teacher and the student. So Shraddha establishes what? The harmony. You are opening a channel. Just as water flows from higher level to lower level, knowledge also flows from the teacher and the student. When the channel of Shraddha is there, that's when knowledge flows. Shraddha, Samadhana. Samadhana means Chitta Ekagrata. The single mind is free from all distractions now. Samadhana. Samadhana is not samadhi as much as Chitta Ekagrata, the concentration of mind, so that you can focus attention on what is being taught. Athato Brahma Jignasa. Atha means all of this. Ataha. When this happens, then desire for knowledge will happen. After the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, or requiring the fourfold qualification, since the desire for knowledge arises, Brahma Jignasa will arise. This is what they say. What is the mark of Antarana Shuddhi or purity of mind? When Vividisha or desire for knowledge arises, then we know that our mind is attained purity. Brahma Jignasa. What is Brahma Jignasa? Desire to know Brahma. Other all technicalities Swami will explain to you. But then we keep on discussing Brahma Jignasa, what kind of samadhi, etc., etc. So that you will learn. The simple thing is desire to know Brahma. What is Brahman? Bruhatva, Brahma. Bruhatva, that which Bruhi. So that which grows, that is big, that is, great. And unqualified great. The big. If big is joined with something like big table, big hall, big tree, big mountain, then big also becomes limited. When big is not joined, the big. And that's how, in Atma Puranam, that's how Swami Shankaracharya explains Brahma is that which does not admit of any duality and limitations. It is big, unqualified big. Other things are big, all right, but with reference to something else. So they are small also. Anything in our life that is big also is small. From this standpoint is big, from this standpoint is small. But there is big from all standpoints, it's called Brahman. There is just big, limitless. So Brahma Jignasa means that the Vedantin says that Brahma is the primary subject matter of the Vedas. Karma is the secondary subject matter and Brahma is primary subject matter. Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastra Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. Bhagavad Gita Yoga Shastra is the secondary topic. Brahma Vidya is the primary topic. In the Vedas also, the Brahma Vidya is the primary topic. The Karma Mimamsa is secondary topic. First, Athato Brahma Jignasa. What should you jignasa, desire to know? What do you do? For satisfying the desire to know, what should be done? Go to teacher. What does teacher do? Teacher unfolds the statements. That is called that Brahma Jignasa, as Swami will tell you, Brahma Jignasa Kartavya or Brahma Vichara, that you must carry out the Vichara or the deliberation, inquiry or deliberation upon Brahma. You must contemplate upon Brahma. How do you contemplate upon Brahma? By contemplating upon the meaning of the statements which unfold Brahman. So statements, Upanishads, the subject matter is Brahma. Therefore, contemplating or deliberating or inquiring of Brahma means inquiring into the meaning of the statements of Upanishad. You follow? So, otherwise, Brahma Jignasa, desire to know Brahman, can be satisfied. But how does knowledge take place? Vedantat Vicharana Jayate. So Vivek Swami says, Vedantat Vicharana. By vichara, by deliberating upon the meaning of Vedanta. That's what the teacher does for us. And that is the deliberation upon the statement of Upanishads. Arhat Brahma Vichar Kartabhya. And now, Kartabhya. It's like you have to do something. Vedantists don't like this kind of Kartabhya, etc. Although Upanishad says Atma or Drashtabhya, Shodabhya, Mandabhya, Nindhyastabhya. That means it has to be done. Atma or Drashtabhya, hey Maitreyi, Atma must be seen. Seen means you must see as you must know Atma as clearly as you know an object of sight. So an immediate Aparoksha Jnana must be there. Drashtabhya, hey Maitreyi, you must know Atma. So this must, Vedantas don't like. In knowledge, there cannot be must. But I don't know why they don't like it. I think you must know Atma. In knowledge, there is no vidhi, meaning that you cannot say that this is yellow and something. That cannot be vidhi, that you know this object is yellow. Because the Vastu Tantra, meaning that knowledge takes place in keeping the Vastu. But it is, I can tell you, open your eyes, look at this, that much has to be done. For you to know the color of this object, some action has to be performed, isn't it? You are looking that side, look at this side, open your eyes, contact this object with your eyes. That requires karma, is it not so? So that much vidhi is there. When your eyes have come in contact with this object, then there is no vidhi, then knowledge will take place, because knowledge takes place. How? When the object is there, and the means of knowledge are there, when then the sandhika, when the contact is there, knowledge takes place. Karma is Purushatantram. Jnanam is Vastutantram. You know, Purushatantram is what? Karma is you perform by my will. I cannot use my will in determining what this is. This determines how the knowledge takes place. So that way there is no vidhi as far as what Brahman is. Vidhi is only that you must do what is required for pursuing knowledge of Brahman. Then you have to do. So, meaning that you must gain the qualifications, you must go to the teacher, tad vidhi, pranipatena, pariprashnena, sevaya, upadekshanti, jnanam, jnanina, tattvadarshana. Gita says, tad vidhi, pranipatena, approach a teacher, sad vidvan, upasrupyadam, pratidinam, tad paduka, sevyatam. Go to vidvan, wise person. Tad paduka sevyatam. And always worship his paduka, his sandals, not even his feet. But anyway, that means him, you know. Not that just keep on doing archana with paduka. I mean, that's serve the teacher. Sevaya. Why should you serve the teacher? To please him. The teacher also needs to please. That means they also require some uttering the oil, uttering the palm. You thought teachers are always pleased. Teachers, but still, this is the Vishesha Kripa. A wise person always is pleased and will always love you and welcome you. But teaching requires a special kind of Kripa. Just because a wise doesn't mean he starts giving a lecture. They don't do that. We do it here anyway, but they do not. We are so eager just to whether you want to hear or not, we just pour out. We'll olden days, they won't do that. So in Prashnopanishad, 6 learned sages approached Sage Prabhupada. They knew that he knows what we want. So sage tells them, stay here for 1 year. In Brahmacharya, Tapasya, Shraddha, leave for 1 year. Then ask the question. No permission to ask the question, understand? You must gain qualification to ask the question also. So then you have 1 year, live life of service, with Shraddha, with Tapasya, penance, Brahmacharya. And then ask question after 1 year. If I know the answer, I will tell you. Teacher is very humble. If I know the answer, I will tell you. But they will stay for 1 year. In case of Indra, and Indra and Virochana go to Prajapati. They performed penance for 32 years. How many years? 32. Then Prajapati calls, what for have you come here? After 32 years of penance, then Prajapati says, what's the purpose of coming here? Then they say, sir, we have heard your statement that one knows the Atma, gets all the words and gets all the kamas, etc. So we have come here for that knowledge. Alright. So when they sought the knowledge, he gave the teaching. But in the first teaching, Indra did not quite get it. So he thought he understood, he went. And on the way he realized that no, my understanding is not right. He came back. Another 32 years. Again, teaching. Indra thought he understood. Went away. On the way he started thinking, oh no, what I understood cannot be right. He comes back. Another 32 years. Again, third Upadesha. Indra thought he understood. Left. On the way again he started thinking, no, this is not right. Comes back. Now the teacher is kind. Only 5 more years. Another 1 year. So many teachers did not oblige us just like that. But anyway, the thing is that, therefore, the teacher must be pleased with us. That's very important. These teachers are always, but a special kind of pleasure. What is it? That they are pleased that they want to unfold the knowledge. They are pleased when they discover that here is a jignasu. Here is the one, a sincere seeker is there. That's what pleases the teacher the most. So that is what we find in dialogue between Sage Ajnav and Maitreyi. Sage Ajnav was a great sage. Once he calls his wife Maitreyi and says, Maitreyi, I decided now to leave home, become a wandering monk. And don't worry, I left enough wealth for you. Nothing to worry about. So Maitreyi says, you left this wealth all right. Suppose I get the whole earth filled with all the wealth, not only what you're leaving, whole earth with all the wealth, will that make me immortal? I said, no, my dear, that cannot. Wealth cannot make him immortal. You can live a comfortable life all right. Immortality, amrutattvasya nashasti vittena. With wealth you can't be immortal. Why did you do this wealth? This doesn't make me immortal. I know that you have that. You tell me, what is the means of immortality? When Maitreyi said this, I'm mighty pleased with you. You're always dear to me. But truly you are specially dear. Why? Because now she's expressed that she has desire for knowledge. When a teacher might, that's a special grace. So when Lord Krishna says that, sir, that he has pleased the teacher, meaning that prasannam tamam prapya kuchet jnata prasannam. He is pleased with you. And the only thing he requires is to recognize that, hey, you are seeking knowledge. You are sincere about seeking knowledge. That mighty pleases him. So all of this is taken for granted. So then jignasa vichara kartavya. Sit the feet of the teacher and Shravanam. What is Vichara? Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. All together is called Vichara. Shrotavya, Mantavya, Nididhyasanam. Sadvidvan Upasarpitam, Pratidam Tat Paduka Sevitam, Brahmaikaksharam Artyatam, Sutisharo Vakyam Samakarnyatam, Vakyarthas Vicharyatam. So Sadhana Panchakam tells on the steps. Shravanam, Mananam, Vichara means Anukula Chintanam. So this is Brahmasutra is a Nyaya Grantha. Explains the meaning or the purport of the statements of Upanishads. In fact, it gives a structure of Vedanta. The teaching was always there. The Brahmasutra provided a structure for which all these different prakriyas are there. You call it Abhinna, Nimitta Upadana Karanam, Vivarta Upadana Karanam, Adhyaropa Apavada. All these words you don't find in Upanishads. You follow? But all this structure has developed. And the teacher unfolds based on this structure. Adhyaropa Apavada Nyayana. By the method of Adhyaropa Apavada. All of this structure, Vedanta again is structure which is what Brahmasutra has helped develop this. There is a very, very important text, and therefore it is the last prasthana. Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, and Brahmasutra, Nyaya Prasthana. And so, I'm very happy, Swami is going to start that for you. It requires a lot of hard work on our part. Because Shravanam always requires Mananam also, and they are along with it, not some other day. So as we used to do, I used to do, is very close. But we had developed a short, shorthand kind of thing. The IBM kind of shorthand. So shorthand which does not distract the attention from the class. Anyway, some notes. So you can go home to your room and then dwell upon that. So the next day I'm ready with what is gone by yesterday, ready to receive what is to come today. That's how we enjoy the whole process of study. When you enjoy the study, the teacher enjoys teaching. It's a mutual thing. So good, I wish you all the best. You are commencing something very important for the study of Vedanta. A very competent teacher here, Swami Sakshat Pratananda Maharaj. For years and years he has been studying, teaching, contemplating, writing, all of His life is a life of sadhana, all along. Very unassuming person, but a very mature and serious person. And therefore, everybody cannot do justice to this. But here you are a teacher, you can do the justice to this very important text. So, understand that this is a very unique opportunity, a very important event to take place. Therefore, take it as seriously as you can, dedicate yourself as much as you can, and take as much advantage of it as possible. And so, it was culmination of what all you did, all put together everything that you have done so far. Wish you all the best, all of you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhavine Vyoma Vadyapta Devaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri rest of the mantras?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to Swamiji for this beautiful introduction, Brahmasutra. As a gratitude for his giving Brahmasutra, I give Kusuma Sutra.
Each one is a Vedanta Vakya.
Yes.
Vedanta Vakya Kusama Rasanarthatvat Brahmasutra, like this kind of garland. Each flower is a beautiful Vakya from the Upanishads. Good. Wear that mala. So, it is said in Shankara Digvijaya, in fact, that Badarayana Brahmasutra Kara gave the jewels, this great garland of all these jewels called Brahmasutra. And the jewelry is there in the shop of a jeweler. So people come, they don't have money to buy that, they didn't have earth. So therefore this very great mala or the garland of these precious jewels called Brahmasutra is given, is displayed, but then scholars all claim they could not do anything because they did not, earth means they did not have the wealth. So came Bhashyakara, he gave earth, means meaning. When that came, then the scholars now are able to wear this precious garland of Brahmasutra in their neck. So that's how Bhashyakara's contribution to the Brahmasutra by virtue of the Bhashya.
Students can stay back and continue the Shanti Pata. Swamiji.